Hope you're having a lovely day. Today I'm going to be playing another 3 shmups from Compile, because I've been enjoying that so much recently. I don't have too many notes for today, so bear with me. We're just going to have a little casual playthrough of these 3 games. And we're starting with the early 1930s, but maybe not your granddaddy's 1930s. People have lived in poverty since the Great Depression in 1929. Sounds familiar? Being laid off from their job, a great amount of pilots became the sky pirates to survive. The sea and the sky near Italy have been plundered by them. I am a pot hunter, a very silly name. I earn my living by shooting down those poor pirates. Those poor, poor pirates. What's going on? Power Strike, that's what we're playing. Oh, Power Strike 2 rather. So yeah, we talked about this in previous streams, but when Aleste was localized originally, it was renamed to Power Strike, and it got this sequel exclusively in Europe called Power Strike 2 on the Master System. But it doesn't actually really have much to do with the original. As we could see from the intro, it's based in an alternate universe 1930s with a bunch of sky pirates. So if you think that seems familiar, it immediately twigged to me that the Studio Ghibli film Porco Rosso has a very similar premise. So we'll be looking out for similarities to that as we go on. So, as with many compile shooters, we have a lot of different gun types to choose from. Missiles. Whoa. Wild spread of missiles there. Burner, yep, we've seen ones like that before. The laser in GG Aleste was like that. Absorption looks like a homing blast. I don't know what absorption really means, but I'm also kind of afraid of these things slowing down the system if there's too many of these moving sprites on screen at once. Oh wow, that's pretty rad. Napalm. Oh wow! Some really interesting ideas for weapon types here. I think I'll start with the basic shotgun. I'd like a nice spread weapon. Hello Gibbon, good to see you. Hope you're ready for more shmups. Option. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool when they put a nice little animated scene on the option menu? Here's our pirate hunter resting in his little hideout. Again, getting big Porco Rosso vibes from this, except he's not a pig. He's just like a really moody dude. Alright, P-speed. I don't know what that is. Turg, pause, off. What's this one? Rank 1, crush, normal, hard, great, and wild. Okay, so these are names for the difficulties, I think. Why don't we stick it on the easiest difficulty, because I'm a wimp. I don't know what P speed is, maybe the speed of the game, in which case, yeah, 2 is probably fine. Let's get into it. Oh, cool, okay. Each stage gives us the pirate leader that we're tracking down. Cool, cool, cool. Ooh. Yeah, we're getting our little P tokens. That's very familiar. Whoa, okay. So, when I let go, it released a big blast. Oh, and yeah, we've already got an opportunity to change our weapon. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I will be rewinding if I fail. I just want to get through this and have a bit of fun in a casual manner. Oh, okay. So, there's so much going on. I've picked up an extra thing. Okay. So this is our little, oh, what did you call them last week, given the R-type word? It's a little helper pod that's buzzing around me and firing its own weapon. similar to what I picked up. Oop. So that's the napalm. Oh, we got the jingle for, I think, an extra life there. Oh, man. So I think the little pod is blocking shots, which is nice. I always like that. Eh. Not every shot, though, unfortunately. And I thought it was firing its own little bullets to help, but I don't think it is. But I am improving my own shot as I get P tokens. What was this one again? Yeah, the tracking rockets. So yeah, this so far seems very impressive for the Master System. Nice little game on the 8-bit system there. Oh boy. Yeah, just throwing power-ups at you in this first stage. Getting you used to the different weapons and which ones are your favorites. Very cool. Yeah, so if I've been shooting for a while and I let go, I do a blast of cannon fire. Oh, okay. So there was a pickup that did a screen clearing bomb instantly. Oh, this is risky. I don't like the napalm. The coverage is very limited. Okay, let's stick with this for a bit. The one I originally wanted to try, the spread shot. Oh. Yes, we're all too vulnerable. Oh, come on. Oh, what's this? Another... Yeah! Another drone buddy. Very nice. Yeah, so like I said, this was released exclusively in Europe, which is strange. I guess they must have had plans to release it elsewhere and just didn't go through with it. But it's been available in Japan for the first time now, thanks to the Aleste collection that I talked about a lot last week. Fitting right alongside all the other 8-bit games, even though the setting is quite different. But that's not unusual for the Aleste series. It started as, you know, spaceships, that typical shoot-'em-up fashion. Whoa, boy! Okay, so here's the pirate leader in a kind of aquatic-themed ship, or it looks like a fish is what I'm getting at. We have a little bit of a bullet hell going on here, which is interesting. The spread shot is letting me get some hits in while also dodging with it, which is nice. Yeah, I don't really understand this charge mechanic yet. Oh, okay. So as I fire, eventually a little arc builds up on the front of my ship, and then when I release it, it shoots out a big wave of shots. So there we go. Pirate captured. I assume that dot is in place of a comma, so it's like $50,000, because otherwise $50 is so much. But hey, back in those days it would have been worth a lot more, I suppose. Yes, so I'm trying to keep an eye out for the designs of ships and stuff. But it's a bit busy with me getting a handle on the game itself in that first stage. So let's have a look now. They're going to be sort of retro futurist technology, kind of. Oh, another one of those. Yes, please. I don't know how many I have now. Should be 4, but it's a bit hard to tell with them spinning so fast, but they are protecting me pretty well, it looks like. Maybe it's time to experiment with more weapon types, now that I've upgraded it quite far. Very cool little backgrounds here too, fitting the Mediterranean setting, the little port towns and stuff. We've got some little built-up urban areas here. Okay, get some rockets. These are supposed to be tracked. Yeah. Gibbon says that he likes the wanted posters. It's a nice touch. Yeah. Oop. It's a bit like, I don't know, Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath. It's like a lot of things. Oh boy. Did Gunfight have stuff like that? I'm not sure. Okay, the homing shot is pretty good. Reminds me of the one I relied on a lot in Gun-Nac. Yeah, I don't quite like the napalm as much. It's a bit too scattershot. Which is on purpose, of course. Oh yeah. What's the 6 again? It's the same one. Oh, okay, so our most basic weapon has gotten quite impressive looking. Whoa! So many icons there. They really do throw lots of different, pickups at you, which is good. It lets you customize your loadout pretty consistently. So these little orbiting buddies have been available in different colors as I picked them up. Don't know what that means, but I surely don't have 5 of them now, so there must be a maximum. Ooh. Oh, okay. That was a pickup that was rotating its number for different options. Oh boy. No, not that one. Okay, laser's pretty good. Fire blast, whatever this is. Okay. Time to look at the UI. Okay, I have a point total. I have 3, 6, and 5. Oops. So yeah, the 2 button on the SMS is the normal fire, which just does everything for you. Ooh, we're getting some whirlpools appearing in the sea now. Cool stuff. Button 1. Oh, what? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, when I push button 1, a number comes out. I don't know what that means. Okay. Whoa. This pirate ship appears to have a pig nose. Maybe a callback to Porco Rosso, perhaps. Oh boy. The lasers will work well here. Cool, well done. This game shouldn't take too long to get through, but the other 2 that I'm going to play today, Seirei Senshi Spriggan and Sylphia, might be a bit longer. So it might be a bit of a longer stream overall today, but I'll keep going because I want to. By the way, I don't think I said this was released in 1993. And again, I think it's really impressive for an 8-bit system. And even on easy, I'm finding it fairly challenging because, yeah, you're pretty vulnerable. You die in one hit, clearly. But my little orbit friends do protect me from certain shots. Now let's change it up. 083 was the one I already have. Looks like I've maxed out this sub-weapon. Your ship always has a basic shot facing upright. The orange ones you can see in the middle. Oh boy. Yeah, this seems a little unreliable. It's probably pretty powerful, but the coverage is not so good. The missiles come out too infrequently for my liking. Yeah, let's try this one for a bit. Bit of homing action. So, yeah, we got some cool stuff happening in the background of this stage too. That's shaping up to be a real strength of this game. Is we're flying over this nice verdant landscape and rents are appearing in the fabric of the earth, releasing enemy ships. Oh. I do wonder about the colors of those things, but hey, who knows. Maybe if I have a break, I can quickly look up the review of this game, see if they mention it. Oh, it's a Randar. I picked it up and it gave me an extra life. That's the Compile Company mascot, and they pop up from time to time. We saw them a fair bit in Gun-Nac, but one of them also sometimes acts as a shopkeeper in one of their games. I don't remember which one, but it's not one I've played. Yeah, so this will be the last stream I do of Compile games. I think I've taken it far enough at this point, but there's plenty more where that came from. They were certainly a prolific company. And from looking up a bit of their softography, it looks like when they were getting into making their own shooters, they also were entrusted with doing ports of more famous shooters. So they did, like, I think an 8-bit port of Xevious and Gradius for Konami as well as Xevious for Namco. So maybe that was a sign of their reputation, or that's how they started. I'm not sure. But they certainly have plenty of their own IP as well as making Gun-Nac, which Pony Canyon took. But they did another follow-up to Gun-Nac later on. Okay, this is pretty scary. Flying Fortress. But the homing shot is helping me while dodging all over the screen. Yes, that's right. Taking out its own orbitars. Oh, missed those. Given disappointed that the pig nose is not a running theme. Yeah, I guess not. The first one was sort of themed like a fish or something, or a lobster. But I would guess that the pirates are semi-independent, not in league with each other. So they have different themes for their craft. Oh, this guy looks pretty serious. He's spiked his hair up for the occasion. So when I started there and the orbit buddies weren't in motion, it appeared that I only had 2, so it looks like 2's the max. And the colours, their purpose I have yet to divine. Oh! Oh. So the Ps that I've been getting, I think, have upgraded my main shot to now a wider multi-blast thing that slightly spreads as it goes. Still don't know what button 1 does. You know what? I am going to go look up that review real quick. Just so I understand this better. Found it. It's loading. Gigantic boss fights. Infinite secondary weapons. No AI generation of enemy patterns. Oh, okay. Yep, there's the charge thing. 3 different colors. You can equip 2 at a time. These affect the strength, speed, and spread of the main weapon, in addition to the power level determined by the P chips. Got it. So that explains both those things. Yeah, so I've got 2 yellow orbitos right now, which is governing the shape of my main weapon. So yeah, I guess I don't have to worry about those too much anymore. Because this one seems fine, and there's not going to be too much difference by getting another one. So we'll go out of my way for it. And yeah, the number that comes up when I press 1 button, I think, given that going by that review, it's the same as the speed option in the options menu from the main menu. So if I press it again, we're now at speed 2, speed 3, speed 4. So presumably that's increasing the game speed, and I do think it feels faster, yeah. So if we want this game to go faster, so we can get to the other ones and get through them quicker, we'll go into speed 4. And that's, well, I can feel the difference, to be honest. It's a bit less manageable, but hey, we're living on the edge, people. And I am only on easy difficulty. And I really hope that doesn't lock me out of content or an ending, because some of the compiled games have done that so far. Gun-Nac didn't give me the full ending on easy. Oops, okay. Shotgun for now. Let's back to this. Oh, well, it's actually moving back up the screen. It didn't just fall off the bottom and disappear. Oh, but now it's gone. Went off the top of the screen. So I missed my chance to vary my main shot, but oh well. No big deal. So we're in a volcanic region now with a lot of industrialization, it looks like. Looks a bit advanced for the 1930s, if I'm honest, but hey, this is an alternate steampunk 1930s. Whoa, this is huge! What is this? Kind of looks like an octopus or something. Some very light animalistic theming. Really just a cool design, I guess. Give me the peas! Again, the Aleste collection will have sidebars that keep track of the amount of P tokens you have and how far away you are from an upgrade. I think we might be better off with... maybe not. I don't know. If we're in the right position, this can be quite a powerful weapon. There we go. Ooh, now that's getting serious. Now this is a little bit more bullets hell-ish. Not all the way, thankfully. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that was hard. Okay, so... Oh. Somebody with long hair, perhaps a lady. Yeah, so the number in the bottom right in the middle is the weapon I currently have, I believe. Oh no, on the top. You know what? Yeah, the top one is my current weapon. What's 6? Maybe that's the power level that I've gotten to. Oh yeah. That looks pretty cool at this point. Let's stick with this for a bit. Play it a bit more like... Whoop. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Okay, okay. Oh. Yeah, when I... 26? No, that's a 2 and a 6 together. When I... Oh, I've lost my orbits. Why did that happen and why? Yeah, when I died briefly there before I rewound, the 6 went to a 3, so I think that must be the power of your shot. And it gets reduced when you perish. Fair enough too. Yeah. This seems quite useful. Ooh, boss? Mini-boss? Looks like our charged barrage can destroy enemy shots. Let's try that out. Yes, it did. Cool. armed train, that's a cool trope. Done very well in Lilac Wars. Yes. Okay, that's 2 yellows I think, which is what we've seen before, but that's alright. I have my dual layer protection again, thankfully. Okay, blue and red. You know, it doesn't look that different if I'm honest. Subtle changes, perhaps. Well, they've certainly expanded a lot on the setting compared to the inspiration of Porco Rosso. Which is fair enough, you'd have to make a full-fledged game out of it. It just goes to show how influential Studio Ghibli has been on the rest of anime culture and video game culture. Oh boy. Look at how many shooters use Nausicaa as inspiration, giant flying bugs and stuff, and a lot of games have the appearance of creatures that are almost identical to the Omu, the main large bugs that appear in that film and manga series. In fact, I think HD 101 has an article all about that, just tracking games that copy the visual imagery of Nausicaa, the Valley of Wind. Sometimes that's my favorite of the Ghibli properties. Sometimes it's Mononoke Hime. Sometimes, what else is a good one? So many good ones. And there's another boss down. I guess that was, looked a bit crustacean, maybe a prawn or something. It's too bad we don't get to meet these villains any more than their wanted poster, but that's enough sometimes. This guy is very Samurai Goro. He actually would not look out of place in Porco Rosso. Spiky hair guy, yeah, it's a bit unfitting for the time period, I think. Do you like those crab mech things that open up to shoot at you? That's a nice design. Oh, that's a cool design. Oof. Hiding turrets in the canals. Again, Porco Rosso had that setting in the canal city, and they build him, or they repair his plane, and then they take off from the canal. And a very nice set piece halfway through the movie. Mini boss time. Stopped shooting for a bit just to look at the design with less flickering. Nice. And now, kaboom. Can we move on, please? A little worried for a second there. During my play of Tyrion 2000, I actually became so powerful that I managed to beat a boss at one stage before the screen had stopped scrolling to its sort of boss arena area. And then the game got confused and soft-locked. It didn't want to move on again. It was frozen in place, sending these side enemies at me continually. So I just had to quit. It only happened once though. For the most part, it's a very well programmed game. Okay, I'm going to grab a blue if I can. See what change that makes to my shot. Now, nope, it's really tricky. It changes so fast. Yes, I am on the top speed. Let's slow it down. Ding, 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 ding. Go! Oh, I misjudged that. Okay, red. 2 reds now, and to my eye it doesn't look any different. I don't know what's going on with that. It's nice that they let you adjust the game speed on the fly like that. Could accidentally be triggered though. It might be better to have it in the options menu in a pause screen. The pause just stops the game. I think the Master System had like a button on the console, and that's what they map pause to a lot of the time. So you couldn't activate it from the controller. Something like that. Yeah, it's like, oh wow, okay. I powered that up enough that it was like that. Pretty impressive. And this boss, by the way, impressive as well. Huge. Which for this 8-bit system is unusual and cool. I said impressive too many times in the last sentence, I didn't want to say it again. I feel like I'm at max power for this now. Like, I haven't gone up from 6 in a while. Oh, we gotta take out this other gun on the left. The bubbles. The nasty bubbles. What are these, little clams? Nice. Oh, I'm very impressed with the bosses in this game. That's really cool. And that's really just an extension of the overall ship design, which in general is really cool. Alright. Getting into 6 figures here. Well, we're already there, but... what? Sorry, I am holding 1, right? Which clearly my secondary weapon is active, but I don't see a primary weapon. Okay, it's back now. Whatever. Given says, I wonder if these wanted posters are based on specific people. You mean like staff who worked on the game, or maybe... Because they're in a cool anime style. I wonder if they're based on characters that they liked from anime, maybe. Yeah, who knows. I'll keep an eye out in the credits for who is in charge of art for this game. Because I think they're certainly to be commended. Okay, we've got a castle, proper big fortifications. And I don't know about this spread rocket. Oopsie. Why don't we pop down and let off our charge? That'll do it. Okay. So yeah, this castle, again, fitting to the setting of Central Western Europe. It's gotta be a direct reference, this whole thing. The Porco Rosso parallels are just too strong. Whoa! Okay, thanks to my charge shot and my options. I don't want to call them options, they're not exactly the same function, but yeah. Yeah, we made it through that huge shot barrage there. Thanks to those things. You know what, I'm fine with 0 coming. Oop. Yeah, Porco Rosso displayed the distinctive and typical fascination of Hayao Miyazaki with outlandish aeroplane designs. This one has some weird planes to be sure, but also, yeah, they're a bit more out there, and other kinds of mechanisms and such, as well as basing them on things that look like animals, crabs and things. So it's not quite nailing that. Well, it's not, I should say, it's not ripping off Porco Rosso in that way, which I guess is nice. Oh, I should watch that again. I haven't seen it in ages, but it's really good. Why is he a pig anyway? That little one-up token, I thought it might be a ship in the background, or on the, yeah, on the ground floor of the scene. Oop. So again, this is a boss that we're taking out parts of it at a time. Hitting the wings, which is stopping the missiles. And if I were to say this was reminiscent of any animal in particular, I'd say maybe a whale. Ooh. Maybe one of those isopods. Oh, rude. Those horizontal lasers again. Oh, it's got quite a long tail. Some kind of shark or eel. Shark, maybe. Given us, are there any... Oh yeah, so given queuing off the aquatic theme of some of these baddies, asking if there are any submarine shmups in this format. That's a good question. There's one that comes to mind immediately that I was reading about this morning. Called Deep Blue, where your submarine looks like a little fish. A lot of the enemies are fish and sea creatures, or like robots based on them. So it very much is taking that design aesthetic very strongly. Okay, $1 million reward for this guy. This might be the final stage. And yeah, that's one that I would be interested to check out at some point. Okay, they're really throwing a lot of power-ups at you here to make sure that you've got the right one that you want, and I've ended up with my least favorite. So let's try and change that. Nope, I think we're transitioning right into a boss fight, so I'll back up a bit. I'll make sure I've got a good one that I like. Okay, homing shot, that'll work well. It'll help when we're trying to dodge around a boss arena. Yep, so that's good. And plenty of P pickups too. So yeah, the thing about Deep Blue is that it's a side-on shooter, horizontally scrolling, not like this one, which is you would call vertical scrolling. Oh gosh, this one's relentless. Okay. And I've also read that Darius has a lot of fish-based enemy designs as well, but I haven't read about that in particular yet. And I think they're also horizontally themed. So I think Gibbon is actually asking about top-down ones. Yeah, he says, a while back... Oh gosh. I was looking for submarine games. I found some rail shooters and an R-type side-scrolling one. R-type style side-scrolling one, which might be Deep Blue that he's thinking of. I'm not sure I've seen any top-down ones though. Oh, no. He says I hadn't heard of Deep Blue, I was thinking of something else that he can't remember anymore. Maybe Darius? Have a look. In the Hunt. Oh yeah, that rings a bell. That's very submarine themed. Yeah. Deep Blue is more like... Well, it's interesting because everything is based on fish and animals, but robotic forms of them. In the Hunt, I think it's very militaristic and yeah, submarines and stuff. Oh my gosh, this is really rough. And by the way, this enemy ship design up appears to be based on like an old sailing ship. I don't know the specific words for the big ones, but it's got a kind of figurehead on the front, possibly Poseidon inspired. Or Neptune if you want to be Roman about it. I wouldn't. I'm a fan of the Greek pantheon, thank you very much. Oh yeah, Gibbon says, In the Hunt is described as Metal Slug but underwater, or Metal Sub for short. Yeah, that's right. So it's more a run and gun then? Is that by the Metal Slug people? It's very reminiscent of it, I know. Well, if you want Metal Slug but with water theming, look no further than Dolphin Blue, which I've talked about on a previous Dolphin stream, but never actually managed to get working to play. So that seemed conclusive. We destroyed the big bad guy, we landed in a castle, and a bunch of little people ran out to congratulate us. So yeah, this looks like a concluding cutscene here. So that was Power Strike 2 for the Master System, not to be confused with Power Strike 2 for the Game Gear, which was the localized title of Musha Aleste 2. I played that one last week. It starred the blue-haired lady. Sub-programmer. I don't think that's submarines. Yeah, so there's some credits for graphics. Computer graphics. So I guess thanks to those people. Yeah. The theming of this game is very strong. The plane that we're flying really does kind of look like a spaceship, but you know, that fits the Aleste theme. Oh, did I think I started saying that the Aleste series is kind of splintered and has these different themes to the different installments. We saw Musha Aleste, which had the mecha crossed with feudal Japan. There's one called Super Aleste, which is called like Super Mega Force or something in the localized title, which is you're flying a modern jet plane. There might be another example, but yeah, that's the kind of breadth that the Aleste series has. And this is part of that, to be sure, even though its connection was never established because it wasn't released in Japan with that title. So that's the end. We got our score, and we're back to the opening cutscene. To cover Gibbon's next comments about In the Hunt, he's watching a video and it sure looks like it's by the Metal Slug people. I wouldn't call it a run and gun per se, but it doesn't appear to be auto-scrolling. Interesting. Alright, so that's Power Strike 2, but we do have more to get to, so I'll rush on. You'll see on the sides of the screen, actually, the artwork that I've chosen is from the next two games I'll be playing, which are Spriggan and Sylphia. So let's bring up Spriggan next. Power Strike 2 was 93, but we're jumping back now to 91, I believe. Just check that. Yeah, 91. And this is on the PC Engine CD. The PC Engine was a haven for shoot-em-ups, of course, and the CD format allowed greater complexity in audio, at least, as well as storage, so maybe they could be longer, and cutscenes too. Yeah, that it aided the cutscenes a lot. So I don't know what Nazak is there. Oh, that might be wait, hang on. Can I? Oh, I haven't set up. Sorry, I haven't actually set up the controls for the PC Engine CD on my 6-axis, just to help me out here. Okay, so let's start again. Super CD-ROM system. That it looks like it says Nazak, but I think I don't know what that means. That's an anagram of Zanak. Weird. Whatever. All I can think of when I hear Spriggan is the anime manga, which, if I recalled it correctly, doesn't have anything to do with this game. Oh, okay. We're talking about Ghibli. There's your Lapido Castle in the sky right there. And fully voiced cutscenes in Japanese. Interesting. This is a Japan exclusive release, of course. It's called Seirei Senshi Spriggan. Spriggan is a kind of creature like a fairy or something from old Celtic mythology, I believe. And Seirei Senshi means elemental warrior. Now here we're meeting our two pilots. The mech is piloted by two people working in tandem. So the hero and heroine who are dressed interestingly. Spriggan. Demas. Yeah, their costumes are cool and odd. And there's the Spriggan design. We didn't see much of it, unfortunately. But it's a cool looking mech. They actually bring it back later in the Mado Monogatari games. In, like, a cutesified version. Okay. Okay. Normal, hard, super hard, and unbelievable. Let's go normal, please. Alright. There's our options. So, let's start the game. Ooh, challenge. Score attack and time attack. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, Naxat Soft publisher. That's why the splash screen threw me off, because like it looked a bit like Naxat, but not completely. Oh, did I? No, go back. Uh-oh. I'll just restart. Okay, new game. Oh, hold on. Just check the difficulty. It wouldn't have gone off normal. Yeah, okay, normal. So there certainly is, you know, a nice background design to, what am I saying? The world of this game. Oh my gosh, what? Hang on a second. I don't know what the controls are. There's two buttons on a PC Engine controller. Select and run. Oh, they have turbo fire switches, I think. But yeah, 1 and 2. And what do I have those mapped to? Okay, cool. Oof, alright. So button 2, I think, is just a normal shot, which hopefully will be powered up over the course of the game. Oh yeah, already it's become a huge fireball. And yeah, we can see already the theme of this game, a very kind of medieval fantasy European type thing. We've got a big castle, wizards in robes, we've got treasure chests shooting at us, but now we've got these hovering turret platforms. Now, is this the game where, yeah, we collect different coloured pickups and the combination that we get will govern what our shot looks like? And since we now have yellow, green, we have red, blue and yellow together, it takes the form of this circling thing. And we've just changed it up a bunch of times, so that shows you some of the different combinations that can come up. So 3 greens give us a wide shot, but if I can try and wrangle my pickups, then I'll try and get back to blue ones, because it appears to be the sort of shield thing that I've enjoyed in previous Aleste games. The Delta in GG Aleste 2, or the water-themed pickup in Musha had circling things like our little orbit friends in Power Strike 2 just now, which protected us from shots. So if I can get that back, and it does protect me, which I'm not sure of. So blue, green, blue does this. Now there's a little secret with this game. We have little friends here in similar mechs who are showing up to take on a few enemies and then buzz off. If you have other gamepads plugged into your PC Engine CD, I read you can have up to 5 controllers, and you enter a certain button code when they're on screen, then other players can control those for the duration of when they're around. They don't last too long, it looks like. At least the ones that were AI controlled didn't. Alright, so 3 blues gives us a wide spinning radius of barrier thing here. I haven't tested whether it blocks shots yet though. this isn't a game that's throwing hundreds of shots at you at once, which is cool. So we'll just see what happens. It's certainly protecting me from those little popcorners on the side there. Alright, well that was a big shot. And it's knocking out the missiles, that's for sure. So yeah, it does seem pretty useful to me. Okay, it looks like it didn't stop the big fireballs just now. But it has also reduced our main shot to quite a small little pea shooter, unfortunately. Yeah, the flashing one is a screen bomb there. So tell me about the anime or manga version of Spriggan that you're familiar with getting. Oh, the pickups actually come out of little balloons that you can shoot down, and the color of them tells you the color of the pickup you're gonna get. That's cool. Whoa! I'm a sucker for inverting colors as an effect. I think it's really cool. I don't know if macOS still has this function, but there used to be a key combination you could do, which was sort of an accessibility setting if you had color visibility issues that would completely invert every color on the screen as it currently was. Oh, that would actually show up in stream if I could figure that out now. What was the combo? No, I don't remember what it was, unfortunately. But, oh, I've just hit the other button and figured out what it does. So, there's your main shot button, and then the other button will sacrifice one of your current elemental power-ups for a large bomb effect. Well, I don't mind 2 blues and a green for now, but I'll try and pick some more up and see what happens. Oh, that's taken me down. What was that? Okay. That insectoid creature shot out some homing shots at me. Okay, this one's homing. Okay. Nice little people milling around in the background on the floor down there. That's fun. Oh wow, yep, they just dropped all the pickups on me at once. Okay, so 3 fires gives us fireballs with a tracking effect that then explode into diagonal shots when I hit something. That's not bad. Yeah, so a very deep and broad weapon system. Maybe one of those, but not both, I should say. Yeah, but lots of different options that are hard to keep track of. You've got to really work hard if you want to figure out what your favorite combo is and hold on to it. But yeah, from these mechanics and theming, we can sort of see how this is a spiritual follow-up to Musha Aleste. That did get its own more direct sequel with Robo Aleste, but this one takes the mech concept and the elemental pickups concept and expands on that while changing the theme from Japanese folklore to a more, yeah, European-based one. Okay. My shots are homing in on that thing, but it's not vulnerable yet. Okay, there it is. We have a very dragon-ish enemy. Oh, I couldn't tell what were my shots and what were its shots. Okay, got it. So they shoot out, they aim at you, and then they come on at you. Now we do have 4 elements here compared to Musha's 3. Done. So Spriggan is about, the anime that Gibbon was referring to is about, oh, hang on a sec. Sorry, we got a good look at Spriggan, but it immediately sepia toned out. And these guys are talking, I don't understand what they're saying, they're not subtitled, they're speaking in Japanese, which I cannot really fluently comprehend in real time. Okay, Act 2. Whoops, hit the wrong button and sacrifice one of my pickups, that's okay. We'll get another one soon enough, I'm sure. So, Spriggan is about, how to summarize this, various secret paramilitary orgs vie for control of ancient technology from the civilization that used to rule Earth. Classic. The main super soldier / spy, etc. person is in typical 80s manga anime fashion, a high school delinquent, yeah, of course, that got inducted into the Spriggan program somehow. He's the titular Spriggan. Cool. So in that case, I think they're just using Spriggan. Well, they're kind of doing that here as well. Using Spriggan as a pseudo-nonsensical proper noun for just what we're dealing with here. I guess it's vaguely European-ish. Like I said, it's based on mythology of the British Isles. But yeah, just Japan taking those kinds of things and I was gonna say reappropriating, but it's not like appropriation, it's just contextual. They just did a thing. It's cool. So yeah, we're flying up a waterfall now, we're jumping piranhas, that's nice. You know what, yeah, I'm just gonna grab any pickup that I see because who knows what the different combinations are gonna be. Just see what the game will do. It's hard to predict, so might as well just play around with it. Yoink. The tracking ones are pretty good. Yeah, so it looks like for this particular example of Spriggan here, the power-up system is like there's only the one thing going on, which is getting the orbs to get different combinations. We don't have power-up chips, we don't have option drones or anything like that. You can sacrifice them for a bomb, so that's something, but yeah, it does keep it relatively simple while also having a broadness to the system with how many different things you can, different functions you can get out of it. Gibbon has looked up In the Hunt. It was designed by a team of ERM employees that would later quit and form their own studio and get famous for their breakout hit, Metal Slug. So yes, it looks very much like... Oh, you know how that group at Konami made a few really cool action games and then they quit and formed Treasure? It seems like a similar situation to that from what you've said there. Some ERM employees who made a kind of spiritual successor to the successful... Yeah, okay, so this circling water-based barrier thing really is useful because it is blocking those shots from these cannons effectively. I like that. Oh, well, it's gone now. Oh well. It's the luck of the draw. I'll take him a second. Ah! Yeah, this boss is quite rough, but doable with a bit of careful positioning. Good stuff. Yeah. It's that old story. So yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool game. Oh, nasty. Got a bit of carnivorous plant action here. Just try and take those out before they become a problem. This is regarded as one of the best shooters on the PC Engine, and I gotta agree, it's really cool. It was popular enough to get 2 follow-ups actually. So there was a Spriggan 2, which changed the viewpoint to horizontal scrolling, which is unusual for Compile. They don't have many of that type of shooter. I don't remember the specifics, but I think it's not as good. But it could still be quite good. I'm not sure. But certainly after that there was, oh, I don't remember the name of it, but there's a third Spriggan. It's like Super Spriggan, I don't remember. But it wasn't made by Compile, it was, I guess, the publisher giving it out to a different company. Possibly as a result of Compile moving on to being more focused on the Puyo Puyo games. But, oops. Yeah, the upshot is it's on the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, and yeah, it's not made by Compile at all, so... and it's also still horizontal. From what I could see, it looked almost like the graphics were quite pre-rendered, which is an interesting choice and popular at the time, and something that I'm a fan of. But Compile is certainly really good with their pixel art, as we can see. And now here we are at the next boss, some kind of manticore creature or something. Actually, it looks like a blade-like, because it's a mechanical, I guess, pseudo-feline beast with big swords on the side. Yeah, it's a bloody blade liger from Zoids. Well, that's okay. That's my favorite Zoid. One of them, anyway. Of course, they want your favorite to be the blade liger, because, or a kind of liger, because they always have that as the protagonist character in the media, Zoids media. Whether it's the Liger Zero, very cool. Whether it's Schneider armor set. Oops. I think the Jaeger one had the blade, actually. Schneider was the boost jets in New Century. And then the new Zoids, that's a Liger too. The other one's a Liger. It's always Ligers, yeah. I'm going to talk over these people. Gibbet says, oh wait, these are the people who did Golvelius. Damn, they did a lot of different genres, huh, before settling on Puyo. Indeed they did, and once again, Compile are the people who did the Pinball Crush series that I played a few weeks ago. Jackie Crush, Alien Crush, Devil's Crush, rather. So yeah, they did different genres, and the cool thing is that they excelled in a lot of different genres. Whatever they turned their eye to was usually very successful. So they did Puyo Puyo, yes, that's a falling block puzzle color matching game, you know. I did it again, I hit the button that drops my power up. So here we've got very creepy spider-like enemies, that's cool. Oh, I like this. I'll stick with this wide shot for a bit. Oh, 3 greens, what's that going to do? Yeah, super cool. I had a setup quite like this in Tyrion 2000 with the Sonic Wave weapons in the rear and front. And it looked a bit like this. Yeah, but Puyo Puyo, very popular and successful, eventually taken over by Sega. But before... Oh, okay, there's actually... Yeah, walls here. We're not getting destroyed by them, thankfully. But it's blocking our movement a bit, reining us in, making it a bit more tight in this particular level. Yeah, but what was I saying? Puyo Puyo, they... like, yeah, it was very successful, but it itself is a spin-off of the Mado Monogatari series of dungeon crawlers with a cutesy aesthetic. And even those were very successful, which is why they were able to make this spin-off that was then also successful. So yeah, the enemies in this stage are quite different to what we've seen so far, very organic and like scary. Got some brain blobs here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this green shot for a little bit. But yeah, Gibbon also mentioned Golvelius as one of their successful titles. I think he's talking about Compile there. Yeah, he is. But what is Golvelius? Because I do not remember right now what is Golvelius. Is that an MSX? Nope, I don't remember. You're gonna have to tell me. Okay, what's this? Oh, we have a giant worm. I think only the head is vulnerable. Oh, Govelius is the first Sega Zelda type thing, but it was made by Compile. Alright, so they've had quite a relationship with Sega over the years then. I think, yeah, there's little barriers over my shoulders. I think they actually protected me from a hit earlier. I don't know how I got them, but apparently something in my setup here has given me a temporary shield that recharges or something. Ooh. Yeah, see, I just impacted the worm, but there's a little ding sound, the barriers went away, and I was protected. It was made by Compile. They later remade it for the MSX. Okay, so my MSX memory was right. Yeah, Golvelius, it's a Zelda type thing, Zelda-like. Yeah, I wish I could remember more about it right now, but yeah, it's just another example of Compile trying something different and doing it well, so good on them. It's too bad they later shut down. Yeah. I did mention it last week, but one of the key people formed a successor company called Compile Heart, but sadly, or disappointingly for fans of some of their output, they focused on a genre of games exclusively that has niche appeal. Oop. These things have to go down at some point, but they seem very tough. I'm not hitting their head much, to be fair. Maybe this choice of weapon was not so good for this stage, thinking about it. So we'll change it up now. Okay, yeah, this might work. Okay. I wish I knew what was going on with the plot. But you know, it's probably not bad. There are some bad guys, you must shoot them. You are a mech. It's cool that they have the dual character setup, because they can then play off each other or whatever. They did a similar thing with another one of their shooters that one of their many shooters that I now cannot remember the name of. But there was this thing where there's a hero and heroine character, and the woman is like somehow psychically integrated into the spaceship while the man pilots it. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but this is interesting, isn't it? We're getting a bunch of little tadpoles swarming up at us. And some mechanical looking insectoid things. Gibbons rendering a judgment on... oh, okay. No, he's saying that as for Golvelius, think Gothic legend, but fantasy instead of sci-fi. So, he means the Guardian Legend, which I played on stream a while back, also known as Gothic Gaiden. The dungeons are all auto-scrolling shmup type affairs. Oh wow, okay, 3 yellows gives me a global spread shot, which actually is not bad, because I can find safe spots here. By the way, this frog, very horrible. Oh no! The front half of the frog has exploded and the back half is still walking around. That's really gross. And yes, I did blow its head up before and it was still coming at me. Yeah, this is pretty... yeah. Horrific. There we go. We put it down. Oh no! Something remains. It's the heart! The heart is still beating and moving! Oh my gosh. What a cool boss. Giant evil frog that continues to live when you destroy parts of it. Getting us freaking out. Yeah, so the dungeons are all auto-scrolling shmup type affairs, but you're on foot with your sword, and the overworld sections involve exploring around, finding doors to NPC areas to either buy stuff or get key quest items, info, etc. It was on the Master System. It was visually better than Legend of Zelda, but the gameplay was a bit lighter, in my opinion, says Gibbon. Yeah, sounds pretty interesting. Oh, yeah, look at this mech armor guy. Power armor suit. Okay. Yep, that looks important. That looks MacGuffin-esque. A bunch of wizards with wires hooked up to them. Very cool. Again, showing this blending of fantasy and sci-fi theming. And this guy, he looks angry. He looks like he would be a bad boss. Oh, that was the Spriggan. What? I think we just punched a robot in the face and it exploded in a cutscene. This is all very serious, I'm sure. Yokai. That looks like we're leading up to some kind of final confrontation. What stage is this? Act 4. I did it again. The wizard guy looks a bit like Death in Castlevania. Whoop. Yeah, this looks pretty climactic. I love that graphical effect. You can use it for water or lava. Very cool. Ow. You know what? This weapon sucks. Let's change it as soon as we can. Oops. Yeah, that's a bit better. More coverage. A lot of shots on screen right now. Okay. Give me that. Yeah. A bit of a shield would be very helpful right now. That's good. So Gibbon goes on, I liked the ending of Golvelius since it involved saving the Demon King Golvelius from his cursed fate to be evil, and involved a sequel hook with the former Demon King joining the hero and rescue Princess to go out and confront the gods that set them up like this, but a sequel never happened, alas. Oh man, how tantalizing. I always love a good villain to hero arc. Enemies becoming friends. Enemies to lovers, perhaps. It's always a good storytelling trope in my book. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Never ended up panning out. And how disappointing to set up something like that and then not be able to follow through with it. Yeah. Oh well, at least it informed the themes of that game, and it's interesting in its own way. Alright, back to the shield, that's good for now. But I'm struggling to take down all the enemies here for the first time. I shudder to think what the harder difficulties would have been like. But that's not my bag, baby. As Gibbon says, that storyline in Golvelius scratched a bit of that why does Ganondorf have to be evil itch. Indeed, indeed. Oh. Cool. Oh, these things are back from the first stage or something. Seem a bit tougher now, possibly. Maybe not. Also, not Link had a missing sister he was looking for, which again never got resolved because the sequel never happened. What? He didn't even find his sister in the game? They were saving that for the sequel? It's too bad. That's where that kind of thing can backfire, is you never get to do the sequel. I can't actually remember any of the characters' names, since I was just thinking, oh, this is Link and Zelda and such throughout the whole thing. Well given. Sounds like you need to do one of your ROM hacks and change it into a Zelda game. Oh, this is a bad weapon for this situation. Let's grab something else. Yeah, that works. Oh. Okay, keep moving. So the turrets actually glint just before they fire their projectile, which helps a lot. Or the muzzle flash appears or something. You know what? Let's use a bomb. Nice. Take out those turrets. What am I going to end up with? Okay, fireballs and wave. That's good enough. Get those turrets and this platform at the same time. Oh, I missed one and I paid for it. Okay. Oh, this is good. Spreading homing fireballs. That's quite good, actually. Let's stick with that for a bit. Oh, death is back. You don't scare me, buddy. Oh. Scary lava fall. What's happening? What's next? More baddies. This certainly feels like a big evil final castle, doesn't it? I think things might be coming to a head as the time. Actually making pretty good time. Should have plenty of remaining duration to play Sylphia. See a bit of a different theme again. Okay, the music has slowed down. A giant pause to load in something, and the final boss appears, I assume. Gigantic flying fortress with humongous missiles and deployable mechs. I don't like this weapon setup for this, but luckily they're going to keep dropping orbs on us through these balloons, thankfully. Seems like all compiled games are doing that. Continuing to drop weapon change pickups, even during boss fights. It's a common thing. Okay. The weak point covering has been destroyed. Shoot the glowing green thing, I assume. Oop. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this weapon. Protects me from those shots and is fairly good front-facing damage. Yeah, look at that. Kaboom. Is there going to be a phase 2? No phase 2. Perhaps another stage incoming. Yeah, the fact that they're having a conversation suggests that there's more to come. Yep. Oh, look at this. Some fallen power max skull fairies. Little wizards. Some more armor suits. Ah, walls. We're bringing back the wall mechanic. Again, thankfully, no damage to your ship from running into a wall. I hate when games do that. Shooters. Gradius does that for sure. Oops. So even those little wizard guys do glint before they fire at you. Kaboom! Gecko man! Look out! Oh, give me some more power, please. Yes. Oh, this one again. This was good. Favorite mine. Blue is the shield, red is a fireball, and green is spread. Combine them, and this is what we get. And yeah, what happened to my little shoulder pads? What about that? Maybe they only appear if you have a triple element of the same color. That's my theory. Now we can take these out. Not really necessary. Goldelius. That might be a good game club pick, actually. Gonna have to think about that soon. We're the only ones who played Tyrion, so it's gonna be one of us given. Ooh. Tight corridors, many rolling boulders. Yeah, if it's me again, I don't know what I'll pick. Okay, I took a hit there, I think. Don't know what I did. Mimics! Evil treasure chests. Treasure chests before were dropping elemental orbs, but those ones were purple, which tells you that they're no good. This isn't a bad guy, is it? Doesn't look like the guy from the cutscene. Perhaps his chief wizard. Oh, that's true. Given already promised Willy Wombat, I would gladly play Willy Wombat. Satin platformer with a mascot animal. Based on an Australian animal that is not usually considered for those kinds of roles. Come to think of it. We've got Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. We've got Taz the Tasmanian Devil. We've got Cow the Kangaroo. We've got Crash Bandicoot. There's a lot of different Australian animals that have become mascot platformers now that I think of it. Is there a koala? Yeah, we got Willy Wombat too. What else? Is there a goanna? Croc? The crocodile? We don't have a monopoly on those. Oh, that was a cool effect. The floor is falling out, revealing the cosmos. Oh! Pilots cry out as we fall into the abyss. Ooh, what's this? Some kind of techno catacombs. Or I guess it should be catacombs. And invincible rubble that I can't fire through. That's troublesome. But as we fall, there are many enemies popping by to say hello. Stopping by for tea. Yep, I'm falling. Neat. Oh, that's a cool design. Giant helmet mech. It's a bit Gurren Lagann. Specifically, Lagann. I don't know about this weapon. We'll see. I'll give it a chance. Actually, I do like the double spinning fireball shield. Could be even better than the single spinning water shield. And I am able to eventually destroy pieces of the rubble. They just have a lot of durability, apparently. What else? I think I ran out of Australian animals. sound is actually... Okay, I have to keep going. Oh no, the sound is the spinning fireballs impacting on rubble that's near me. Oh, echidnas, of course. Yeah. Knuckles Chaotix. And Knuckles, of course, often a side character in many Sonic games. That's the only one where I got a lead role, really. Now this is cool. We have a dragon mech with 6 wings, 8 wings maybe. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, okay, yeah, this works. Oh, still good. Yeah, we're blocking the fire shots, doing some good frontal damage there. Oops. Yeah, echidna. Yeah. Good call. Okay. So were we in space there or what? Act 6, okay. Oh, we're in space now, it looks like. With satellites coming at me. Bit of a change of pace for this game. Back to the pace of the Aleste series and such. Yeah, look at this. Total mech action here. Kind of lost that whole medieval fantasy thing a little bit. Oh. I do have 9 lives, but what? Don't want to lose my orbs. My friendly elemental powers. Uh-oh, what's this? Go away, go away. Stop getting closer. Ah. Yeah! Bomb! Bomb! Boom. Okay, cool. Oh, and then I can... yeah, there's so many lasers flying around. Okay, that'll help. Cool. Yes. Is there ever a platypus in a game? I don't think so. Possums. Awesome Possum? That's based on an American and North American possum. Yeah. Possums. Oh no, now I'm just thinking of Dame Edna. Hello, possums. That's a joke for the Australian viewers. If you're not familiar, look up Barry Humphries. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need. A little bit of width to our shot and protection from the lasers. All good. I really think this is my favorite of the weapon combinations, so I might hold on to it for a bit. What animal is Rocket Knight / Sparkster? This is a good question. Oh no, the water... Yeah, no, it does protect me from lasers, if it manages to get there. If I had to guess, I would say an opossum, perhaps. Rude. Or perhaps That's a really good question. Okay, this is very computery. We've really left the trappings of the early game behind, which is, you know, an interesting progression and complication to the events. What's this? What's happening? Oh, that's ominous. Is that the nasty man? Yeah, there he is. Likes to be up on many screens. Maybe Sparkster is a dingo. I don't know. A marmot? An ocelot? Ah, no. Given confirming that Sparkster is an opossum. Which, I believe opossums are actually marsupials, but I find them really annoying because of the fact that they exist in North America and a lot of the internet is dominated by stuff based out of America. If you search for like possums, sometimes you get a lot of results for opossums, because they're also called possums. So yeah, it's just a matter of terminology. But I think they're related. They're the only marsupial that exists outside of Australia, I think. Yeah, exactly. Oh, come on. We don't care about your plan, dude, or whatever. Stop talking so I can shoot your face. Oh, I'm so evil. But don't you see, my way is the only way. Who cares? Go away. How do I just join your side? Okay, he's done, thankfully. Yes, he does go on, doesn't he? Says given, indeed. Oop. Whoa, cool. The lasers obliterate the runway in front of him. It's beautiful. Oh, okay. Not much warning, people. Oops. No, I want to keep this, so... Whoa, this is rough. Nasty boy. Okay. Yeah, flashing lights warning. I don't think I actually included that on my last video. Feel bad now. Ugh. Yeah, you would have to think that any re-release would tone this down. Quite the eye strain. There we go. Also, opossums are really ugly, to be honest. Okay. Whoa, what is this? Scary looking mech. You know, I thought we were getting to the end of the game a little while ago, but there was quite a bit more after that. Oh, well, we got this now. Oh, this is not going to be as good, is it? Let's not get that. I feel like this combo is much more effective for this boss. Oh no. Oh, some tight maneuvering required. Okay. But these kinds of things can get easier as you go on, and you destroy more guns on the baddie. So there we go. Then more panels open up. Oop. You do get a few video games based on the distinctive New Zealand animal, the kiwi. But it's basically just the kiwi. No Kias or... what's that little pad? I don't know. Okay. Now we have this weird techno-organic neck with a face in its chest. Why are you opening up like that? It's freaking me out, dude. Whoa! Shockwave punch. Ow. Okay, cool. And by the way, it happened a while ago, but the hot air balloons carrying power-ups have changed to little space probes. Oh! Here's our typical compile gross final boss form. A pulsating mass with two faces. Gross. Cool. I blew it up. The voices are also mixed really low, so it's even making it even harder to understand, but again, there's a language barrier. So yeah, that might be it there. Closing cutscene, probably monochrome for no reason. I really want a good look at the Spriggan mech, and they just don't want to show it to me too much, do they? So that's the voice cast, I think. No, hang on, let me just back up a little bit. Yeah, that was like characters and then actors, I believe. Yeah, getting top billing, good for them. And here we are, Triumph of the Heroes returning. That's it. Main programmer and demo program. Visual conceptor and something else. Yeah, two badasses. Visual support, Yanis there, we know that name. Demographic. Can't read that. Yeah, it's good old maths. Hooray! The day is saved. We got back from space somehow. With our fantasy mech. The mech design is really distinctive in this game for the main Spriggan thing. Good enough to be an anime, I reckon. It really shows when they put a lot of work into the world of the game and the backstory and stuff. It's cool. Oh, a monument to our two heroes. Guy has a sword for no reason because he was in a mech the whole time. Unless the sword is the flight control stick. Seems unlikely. Why does he get a sword and she doesn't? Alrighty, that's the end. Thank you for playing Seirei Senshi Spriggan. But we have one more game on deck to play today, and we're staying in the PC Engine CD format. Jump 2 years ahead to 1993, and Compile is still doing shooters, of course, for now. This music's track is still playing, so I'll give it a minute. Yeah, music was definitely a strong point in this game. Yep, it's still going. Wow. That's nice. Okay, we're done. So that's the first Spriggan game. What I'm playing next was never followed up on. It's a lone, standalone release. And here it is on the PC Engine Super CD-ROM Squared System version 3.0. Push run button. NEC and Hudson. Presented by Tonkin House. Tonkin House is the only name on this, but examining the credits, there are many compile staff listed, so it's believed that they developed it on Tonkin's behalf, Tonkin House's behalf. And yeah, I got some more nice animated cutscene stuff with this one. Oh, okay. That looks like a bad guy. There's my media literacy coming into play. So unlike Spriggan, from what I've read, this game's story is told entirely wordlessly, which is interesting. It's a fun choice for the... You know, it gives these cutscenes impact because they're presented so stylishly without any language. It's cool. But also makes it really accessible for different people to play it, including those who don't speak Japanese. So here's the story of the game. We are this warrior woman who was defending innocence from a horde of monsters, but unfortunately was struck down in combat. However, her spirit flew into this temple, or no, that must be a spirit from elsewhere. So her broken and battered body crawled into this temple, and some spiritual force has arrived. This is just what I'm getting from these images. And yet still the monsters ravage on. But wait, what's this? Suddenly, the woman is reborn as a sylph. I think her name is Sylphia, and that is reflected in the name of the game, although I think they're spelled differently or something from what I read. But yeah, gifted mystical cosmic powers, she returns as a sprite with the power of shoot 'em up abilities. Alright, what do we got? Easy, normal, hard, special hard. Okay, so once again, I'm going to pick easy because I'm a total wimp. Do not judge me because I do not care. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, look at this. Alright, so that's my bomb. Again, button 1, normal shot, button 2, big bomb. I don't know what I've used up to do it, but again, we've got a 4-element system happening here. We'll double up on Earth. Didn't appear to change. Oh no, now I've got a thing spinning around me. Got a gem. I don't know, yeah, I'll just pick stuff up and experiment. So it looks like Earth has some spread abilities and... Oh, okay. So my direction affects this shot. So it's going in the opposite direction to the way I'm moving. And yeah, this is interesting for shoot 'em up. All the enemies so far, they're all land-based, throwing things at me and walking around, and I'm shooting them down from up here. Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice change of pace. And you might have picked up as well that the theming of this game is based on a kind of ancient Greek type of setup with all the columns. You may have noticed the columns, but here we also have a minotaur, so that's a good indication for you. Oh, I have a health bar. No, I have hearts, and I lost one. So I don't know what that bar is, maybe experience or like power up thing. But yeah, we have 2 hits that we're able to take before death, I believe, and I have 2 in my sylph counter, which must be my lives. I don't know what LB is though, maybe that's the bomb that I used up before. And I will avoid taking damage if I can, just to expedite the progress. Because again, this, from what I've seen, online of long plays, the length is maybe equivalent to Spriggan, so we might be here a little bit longer. Hope that's okay with you. So I've noticed that there's little bugs that always drop those green pellets, which appear to be power-ups. Much like, oh, well, many of the games we've played at this point, we're getting power-up pickups to gradually make our shot better. That's not represented in the UI, but it just is evident from the little thingies that are spurting out of me through magic. Yeah, so we're Sylph. Oh. Mystical warrior with new fancy wings. Oops. You know what? I want the wind power right now. Okay. So, our first main boss appears to be Medusa, who did nothing wrong. Hashtag Medusa did nothing wrong. But in the framing of this game, she's a nasty and we have to deal with her. Oh boy. It's pretty risky though. I like the secondary spinning shots that I get with this weapon. I can't wait to see what they all look like when I power them up more. Oh, okay, well, this is good actually with homing. Again, we're going to be moving around the boss a lot. So, yep. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, this is working well. Yep. Those long, long arms. She's a lanky lass, this one. Come on, how much health can you have, really? There we go. Huh, you know, it doesn't seem to take too many orbs to power up my shot because it became even more impressive immediately just now. Stage 1 clear. She goes to the next stage. Again, this was only released in Japan, but there is some text in the game apparently, but it's all in English, thankfully. Good for me. More fire? Yeah, I think that will just change up what you're currently doing. Doesn't seem to power me up anymore. Break open the storehouse. There was nothing inside. Oh, cool. These statue heads suddenly animated and came at me. The water shot, it's a little bit tricky to actually use because it requires manual aiming. What does the silver crystal do? Or clear crystal, whatever it is. I think I just got another bomb, or I did at some point. Oh, so many things that are obscure to me right now. But yeah, again, we got tiny little men running around the desert floor down here. Oh, I lost a health at some point. Oh, that's too bad. So it looks like the gem increases my red bar, as do the little orbs. Oh, I've lost another health. Dang. Oh, I have to be pretty careful now, I think. I wonder if they ever get refilled. Yeah, Earth might be helpful with its little shield. Okay. Oh, hang on. I'll just confirm that. My red bar filled up and my LB count went up by 1 when it filled. So that's not weapon experience, that's like charging up another bomb, I think. So let's just test that out. Oh yeah, there we go. So I won't waste that right now. I'll maybe use it on the next boss because they seem to be quite the damage sponges. But it appears that our button 2 or 1, I forget which, has a different effect depending on which elemental attribute you have powered up with. So yeah, they're bringing back this element system from Spriggan and expanded on from Musha. It's really fun going through a company's catalog like this and seeing these mechanics that they're reusing, reiterating on, and changing up from game to game, experimenting with. It's cool stuff. Gibbon says, ah yes, our tiny Sylph heroine, firing off more shots than a fighter jet, lol. Oh, Nice digitized screen there, but let's not... Actually, I wonder what happens when I die. I come back straight away. Okay, but I won't waste a life like that. Yeah, well, you know, given it's magic. That explains that. Everything is explained with magic. Yeah, given reacting to the scream. Yeah. Pretty brutal. I wonder if this... Oh no. So it appears the rocks did not block those lasers, but they will damage things close to me, I'm sure. So how do I power up my main shot then if it's not from that bar? Let's get fire, I like that one. And there's the rare health pickup, so that's nice. What have we got now? Leaping homunculi who fall to pieces and then reform themselves. Cool stuff. They're like animated puppets. Nope, missed it. And some kind of mechanisms beneath the water that spitting fire. More flying heads. Yeah. Again, we're getting a really cool theme to this world, and it leads to a lot of interesting ideas for enemies. Oh yeah. Our shot has been boosted again. Oh, I got hit at some point. I missed that. Oh well. I guess the feedback is a little sparse. I'm just not paying enough attention. You know what? I'm enjoying fire. I'm going to hang on to that for a bit. What are they spitting out at me? I think there were heads in there, like the heads of these puppets. That's pretty freaky. That's pretty freaky, boy. No. It's pretty far out, man. Drawn in by its gravitational pull. Hanging out the juggernauts too, and they think it's pretty cool, man. Okay, I'll stop singing Flight of Conchords for no reason. Oh no, what hurt me? Oh, the jetting bursts of noxious fume did me some damage. Nasty. I do like having multiple hits I can take, and then there's health pickups. It's pretty merciful in that way. Oh wow! Oh, the little guy ran across and he ran in. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice little detail. And now, giant, enormous suit of armor slash mech. When they're this big, it's not much difference, I guess. You know, slowly cracking its breastplate. Oh, I missed the giant one. Not too hard to dodge this guy. Oh, faceplate has come away, revealing a robotic face away. You should kill the pilot. Hello, Wadita. Good to see you again. I hope you're enjoying all the shoot 'em ups. This is going to be the last shoot 'em up I play for a bit. Although there's more that I've found that I'm interested in trying at some point. I think I'll end the little compile series here and move on to something different next time. But yeah, what are you saying? You should kill the pilot. Yeah, that would be the sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? I wonder who that pilot was. All the baddies in the intro were like grotesque monster orc creatures. But yeah, that was a little human person from all appearances. She goes to the next stage. Perhaps humanoid. It could have been a goblin. Who knows? And as everybody knows, it's okay to kill goblins in a family movie. What are we doing? Let's go for the air for a bit. Nice spread shot. I do like a spread shot. I'm killing things too quickly. Oh, harpies. Nice. Very nice sprite work on these little things. Good detail in a very small sprite. Yeah. Oh no, I got the water. I don't like water. Oh well. Little extra life jingle there for you. Oh, that's like a cluster of harpies all curled up with their wings folded. That's creepy. Yes, back to air. Thank you all. The classical elements. Very Greek, very tying into the theme. Is this a Master System game? No, I started on Power Strike 2, the Master System game, but I moved on to Seirei Senshi Spriggan, a PC Engine CD game, and now I'm playing Sylphia, which is also a PC Engine CD, or Turbo Graphics 16 CD, or whatever it's called. Super CD? I don't remember. Anyway, this is a Japan exclusive game, so it's the PC Engine CD from NEC and Hudson. Game by Compile, or yeah, according to the credits up top, Tonkin House, but it's believed that Compile staff were involved in creating it. And there's definitely a lot of mechanical overlap with the other Compile games that I've seen so far. But yes, this would be very impressive for an SMS game, but no, this is on the 16-bit PC Engine system. Oh, I really don't want the water. It's my least favorite of these elements right now. Although, Earth is quite short range as well, so I don't know about that. But they all have ability to hit something behind you, which is nice because there are occasionally things approaching from different directions. So here we have some kind of merman with a dragon head. He's got his own little digitized vocalizations, but he's like a statue or something. He's all just monochrome, even his projectiles. Triton, yeah. Verdito says it's Triton. Where does the name Triton come from? It's the name of Ariel's father in Little Mermaid from Disney. It's got to be from Greek, but I'm not sure. I said Poseidon earlier for something we saw previously. I don't know. Yeah, I really like the spread on this thing, plus those extra spinning circles of doom. Yes, health pickups. Oh, we're still going, huh? Okay. I like that spinning orb system. It's better than just trying to time a pickup on something that's cycling through different numbers. Yep. Or icons or whatever. I don't want the water pickup, especially because I'm in the water. It won't damage anybody at all. It will. But now we get some fish, we get some mermaids, we get, ooh, snapping eels. Lovely. Very sinister. Oh, cool. Nice snake. With its segmented body. But, yeah, hidden pretty well for a system like this. How segmented it is. Some more mermen. The mermaids and mermen do not appear to be on the same scale. We have giant mermaids. Oh yeah, that's true. Verdito pointing out that there's a wavy effect on the water. If you pay attention to the background sprites, you can see everything sort of undulating as if you're viewing it through some moving water, which is a nice effect. And I also wanted to point out that Sylphia's sprite, as we are moving through the stage, she's swimming and kicking her legs, and her wings are not moving. So that's attention to detail again, as Gibbon pointed out earlier. This game is full of it. And oh, we've emerged from the water, and now here we are again with legs straight out and flapping wings. What the heck is this? Okay, so here's a lady with 8 dog heads on extendo necks. What the hell? This is like an Arachne kind of character, which is a spider woman, but instead of a spider, it's like an octuple dog. That's really weird. How bizarre. You know what? Let's use one of our bombs for this. I said before I would do it. Oh yeah, look at that. Goodbye, doggies. The head came off. No, the head's on an extendo neck as well. The dogs have extendo necks, the lady has extendo neck, and much like the frog in Spriggan, she's able to survive with parts of her body being blown off. Yeah, cool stuff. Again, I'm very impressed. I am enjoying this one. Let's go Sylphia to the next stage, some kind of floating island. We'll use the rock for a bit, see how it goes for us. The projectiles bounce up and come back down, which keeps them on screen longer. That's nice. Bit of a wall of protection or destruction, perhaps. I feel like I'm at max power. Maybe not. Maybe I just... well, we'll see. But keep getting pickups because it's fun. So yeah, here we have a city with many aqueducts, which I got hurt. Let's read that. Yeah, in the wind. Yeah, aqueducts. I think of aqueducts as a Roman innovation, but maybe the Greeks had them too. Could be a bit of conflation happening there. If my spouse was here, I would ask her. She's a history buff. Oh, Wadito, I'm so glad you're here. More expert knowledge. Oh, are those Valkyries? Wait, that's not Greek. Is it? Hold on. Some winged ladies in armor looked like to me. Who knows? But yeah, what Dito's saying about the previous boss. It's Scylla from Greek mythology. And given concurring there, so yeah, that's cool. I'm not as well versed as I would like, I suppose. Scylla, I'll have to look that up. The name rings a bell because I've played lots of video games and they often will use names drawn from various mythologies to populate games, whether it's appropriate or not. Like, sometimes the thing that they apply the name to has really nothing to do with... Well, look no further than the very last game we played, Spriggan. It's called Spriggan after something from folklore of the British Isles. I won't be more specific because I don't know the specifics. But yeah, it was just a mech. Like, what did that have to do with Spriggans? Which to my knowledge is some kind of goblin fairy creature of some kind. Now, is Sylph drawn from Greek mythology? That's what I'm curious about next. The origin of the name for this game. Oop. There's that nice little vocalization when I get hit. Let me know if the game's too loud. I think it's okay. But it's quite low in my own ears. I think it's loud for you guys. Okay, I think we've got more harpies coming in. Don't know what about these moving tiles over clouds. It's a cool effect though. Looks like I should be platforming over it. Yeah, I'll try out Earth a little bit more. Might as well have some variety in our lives, shall we? Oh, I got hit. Dang it. Oh well. Whoops. Got all these sprites. And this turbo, the PC engine is keeping track of them all perfectly without any slowdown. Impressive stuff. Alright, what's this now? Boss time? What bizarre creature are we fighting next? A pair of dragons. Okie dokie. What aspect of Greek mythology are we looking at here? Kaboom! Dun -dun -dun. Oh, okay, the dragon's another problem. We need to kill the dragon spawners. Take them out. Oops, yeah, that's fine. It's probably a lot better, actually. Oops, okay, that's taking us down to 1 hit till death. Game audio's fine, okay, thanks. Oop! Yeah, plenty of extra lives, but I don't know if it's going to depower my shot if I die. Perhaps I should find out. Or maybe, who cares? Okay, 1 spawner down. Oh, 2 more appeared! And this time they're firing double shots and black dragons. Yikes. No, don't get distracted, fireballs. You have to hit the main spawner. Ignore the dragons. Ooh, that's close. Thumb's getting sore. Oops! By the way, notice that the color of my tunic changes depending on my power up. And my hair as well? I'm not sure. So I just have to tap downwards a little bit to get my secondary aimed shot facing upwards, and that'll give me lots of focus damage in one direction. Go, 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 bang, bang, bang. Okay, water turned out to be really good for this boss fight. What's next? Triple shot, gold dragon, perhaps bronze. Greek, that's the Bronze Age. Yeah, ancient Greek. The height of their power. Yep. Come on. Yeah, there we go. This boss feels too long, says Wardino, just as it ends. But I might agree with you. Bit of damage sponging happening there. Should have used a bomb, that's what I should have done. Seen what some of the other elemental effects were. Oh well. Sorry about that. I'll try and remember for the next boss. Alright, I don't like water for normal stages. Let's go with stone. Okay, so we're getting a lot of buggy boos coming out here. And crystals. Okay, this is cool. You know what? Fire. Yeah, that's going to be good for this situation. With the small bugs crawling around everywhere. Oh, mudmen! Again, we're seeing how these kinds of consoles make extending limbs. We saw it with the necks on those dogs on Scylla. But the mudmen also, as they extend their arm, it's just a series of sprites that have separation between them. Yeah, it's a little bit, you know, silly looking sometimes, but that's kind of a workaround that you have to do. What else are they going to do, really? Before I was praising the snake and how it had a sort of similar thing with segmented body parts that kind of looked more natural because they were just shaped like parts of a snake's body. Does that make sense? Yeah. Or sometimes you get snakes in games that are a series of spheres that just move around, and it doesn't really look very natural. And that's kind of what they're doing with the arms and the necks there as well. Wadide says, this is what happens when the Final Fantasy crystals turn evil. Yeah, it does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Classic crystal design. Wait, isn't that the premise of Final Fantasy 16, the upcoming game? I don't know. I think I saw the trailer and the guy was like, "I don't like the crystals anymore." Something like that. Okay, so this griffin, or perhaps hippogriff. No, it's a griffin. The front paws are eagle's talons. I think that's the distinction. Maybe it's not. Maybe that is a hippogriff. Is griffin lion body and wings? Yeah, maybe. Wadito, my expert on Greek mythology, tell me, is this a hippogriff? Again, I think my spouse would help, but more because she's an expert on Harry Potter lore and there's hippogriffs in that. Think back brain, think back to playing Lego Harry Potter. What did Buckbeak look like? Eagle head. What were its front limbs? I don't remember. I think it was all horse down there. Wadito to the rescue. Griffin is half lion, half eagle as far as I know, he says. Yeah, I thought that was what it was. Okay. I do like air a lot. I like the spread on it. And if you get up close, you can focus the fire. It's pretty versatile. Yeah, as Given says, hippogriffs weren't really in vogue till Harry Potter. Indeed, they are. Everything in there is, a lot of stuff is drawn from existing mythology. So hippogriffs, of course, are older than Harry Potter, but that's how I know. That's where I know them from. And like you say, that's what made them kind of popular in a way, I guess. All right, so you have a choice of caves to go in here, and as with Spriggan, we can push up against the walls, but yeah, we don't die in one hit in this game. We have 3 hits. Yeah. I'm gonna go down different paths. The enemies here are grey goo blobs. Oh, there's some ogres too. I don't know how authentic to Greek mythology grey goo blobs are. Grey blue blobs. Blue blob blah 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 blue blah blue. Sorry. Yes. So things. Oh yeah, the bombs. I need to use a bomb at some point. Which means I need to find a boss. So we'll get there. Yeah, I actually really dig this game and the varied enemy types that come up. Different kinds of challenges we're seeing. It's not just throwing different kinds of, like, spaceships at us. It's refreshing. This might be my favorite of the ones I've played today. Actually, all 3 of the ones I played today have nice themes to them. Whether it's mashing up things or creating this alternate history world, or this one's going all in on Greek mythology. They're all quite strong in that way, as well as being quite excellent shooters in their own right, with many options and difficulty selections, crucially. Wadito says, those stalagmites, really tough. They are, aren't they, a bit? I wonder if I can destroy one. I did! We got one. They're just extremely durable, much like the rubble in Spriggan and Climax. These ones do not seem to be flashing when I hit them, so they might be invincible. Whoop! That's a hit. It's a clean hit. I feel like my shot's powered up to the max now. Okay, boss time. Remember to use bombs, people. Oh, I've seen this bomb already, though, haven't I? That is creepy. Oh. Oh, what is it? Some kind of arthropod. Oh, so there are voice lines when we, like, spoken dialogue when I use the bomb. Okay, so we've seen that one a few times. It's the laser. Wait, is that a giant vertically bisected jaw? Oh, it is! Oh! And there's an eyeball inside, or what looks like it. Very creepy. Oh yeah, fire. Okay, firebomb, go. Wait a minute. That looked pretty similar. Spider with tail. That's all I can say. Says Wardito. Well, I would say that a spider with a tail is a scorpion. Oh yeah, boss down. Yeah, scorpions and spiders are arachnids. They're not insects. Just so you know, I'm not correcting anyone, but I'm sharing animal facts. There aren't that many... hold on, just gotta pick 5 for this one. There aren't that many arachnid types compared to the broad spectrum in the insect kingdom. Not kingdom, but I don't know, genus, I forget the distinction. But yeah. You know daddy long legs spiders? There's a few different types of them, and some of them are spiders and some aren't. So there's a third class of arachnids that's not spiders or scorpions. I forget the name of them, but it's what we call daddy long legs usually. So here we're ascending a tower, and there's evil plants. No, it's a snake. It's a snake curled up around a rafter. And more harpies. Going back to that well. But yeah, again, it's just a nice new theme for this level, is that we're ascending. And as we do, getting lots of windows and ramparts and such. Harvestman. Okay, haven't heard that one given. Speaking of spiders, some swinging on webs there. It's a video game thing. I don't think any spiders in real life swing on their webs, but I could be wrong. Oh, it's Brick Breaker now. Look at this. Cool. And we're breaking spider webs too. And the spiders are popping out as we go. That seems familiar from my actual life. A lot of spiders live around this house. Okay, there's another class of arachnids, says Gibbon, commonly called whip scorpions. Cool, cool, cool. So they're seen as a scorpion variant, even if they're a bit different of classification. So here we have what I believe is a manticore, a triple-headed beast, lion, goat, and snake, with the tail of a scorpion sometimes. I think this one does. Oh, and also bat wings. So this is a chimera, a hybrid of many different species into a bestial form. And there goes the snakehead. Oh, yeah, you're right actually, given ticks as well, and mites. Of course, mites. I knew about mites, I didn't mention them. Yeah, we get those two little red ones. They're tiny. But yeah, ticks and mites are also arachnids. There's lots of them. Yeah, everyone in chat said chimera. By which I'm giving them the data. Yeah, sometimes chimera is used to describe any kind of hybrid. They use it that way in the Mother 3 localization, unofficial. But yeah, so what's the difference between a classical chimera and a manticore then? I'm familiar with manticores thanks to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, maybe 2 as well. They were one of the... Yeah, they were quite powerful actually. Stronghold, mid to high tier level monster. They had a decent attack and could fly. Damn, that game is cool. Anyway. Manticore... So, according to Wordito, Manticore is a winged lion with a scorpion tail. Gibbon says that a manticore is like a lion with a scorpion tail and a human face, I think. So, I was wrong. Of course, a manticore in Heroes 3 is a lion with bat wings and scorpion tail, no human face. Or do they? I don't think so. So yeah, I don't know. Looks like Chimera is the thing that we fought back there as it jumped up the inside of this tower. Or outside? It's a bit of an optical illusion, actually. It could be the inside or the outside. Yeah, I'm undecided. But now we have creepy faces on the wall sticking out their long stone tongues at me. Or, yeah. And some nice buff shirtless men throwing rocks. Scary. Wadito, also familiar from Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Good taste, my friends. Heroes 3 is the best Heroes, I believe, by popular opinion. But also, yeah, I spent a lot of time with that growing up. And yeah, great game. Really cool stuff. If you don't know, it's a kind of... I would call it a strategy/tactics game, RPG thing. With fantasy theme and a lot of different playable races that have their own list of recruitable creatures that you then send into battle. It's really cool stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. Gibbon says that manticores are the Persian equivalent of a sphinx. Okay, coolio. So not exactly Greek, but yeah. What we saw before was not a manticore. I think is what we arrived on. But yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Arachnophobic warning. You didn't get clued in by all the spiders appearing so far. The boss is a giant arachnid. Parasitic armored arachnid. Gomo. I always remember that. Dang, that was cool. Ocarina of Time had little subtitles when they introduced the bosses, and then Banjo-Tooie kind of aped that whenever that game introduced the boss as well, giving it a little, like blurb on what its role is. Bomb time! So I need to check out the water bomb and the rock bomb and see if they're any different to that laser. Spider with legit 8 legs, says Wadito. Yeah. Sometimes they skimp out in a video game and only give them 6 and hope you won't notice. But yeah, this time, the proper 8. It's one way to tell an arachnid from an insect, actually. They usually have 8 legs and insects have 6. Okay, we're on to the ice flows stage, it looks like. I've already taken a hit. Alright, so if you want to see the bomb, we'll try and hold onto the rock for a while. Ugh. You know what? I don't like it. It's not useful. What is this? Red threads falling from the sky? Is this bloody dragon riders of Pern or something? Come on. Oh, a dragon! Okay. I've only read one of those books and I did not enjoy it. I'll say that up front. Not for me. But I do have full movement in this stage. I thought maybe the walls would stop me, but I didn't really check. Yeah, I'll use the air until I get to a place where I want to use a bomb, and then I'll swap over. But yeah, I got some giant statue heads breathing pink fire at me. Pretty spooky. And what are these? Krakos from Kirby? Clouds with eyeballs? Interesting stuff. More dragons. Dragon's Creek? I feel informed. Oh, by the way, the canyon perspective here is something we've seen before because Musha Aleste in the previous stream did it. Oh, what's this now? A chariot pulled by, yeah, they must be manticores, right? And a big old skeleton with horns and whip. This is awesome. Very heavy metal. Ah! Yikes! Okay, that's one down. One steed. Don't you whip me. Oh, Wadida, your turns of phrase always amuse me. That skeleton lives his life. Lives is in quotation marks. Like a boss. Look at this guy. He knows what he's about. When a problem comes along, he must whip it. Yeah, so the canyon in Musha Aleste on the Mega Drive is also, we saw a canyon a little bit in, I think, GG Aleste 2. But yeah, sorry, I've just passed over it, but that insect thing that flew at me, that is 100% directly lifted from Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. So again, the Ghibli influence that I was talking about, I couldn't be happier because I love it. But look at this thing. Look at this thing! That is lifted from the pages of Miyazaki's seminal manga work that was turned into a film, which technically predates the founding of Studio Ghibli, but it was all the same stuff, and then they immediately formed the company after that, and it's included on many of their collections. Alright, so who is this now? Some kind of mega harpy with frills on the back of her head or something? Also topless, but hey, it's natural, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Nudity is completely normal, and not something to be ashamed of or to censor, because the human body is a beautiful thing. Okay, what are her legs though? They have some kind of animalistic quality to them. Reptilian perhaps. Or perhaps the scaly skin of a bird leg. Not scaly, but I don't know. And yeah, she's got the whole sphere arms going on too. The arms look normal, she pulls them up, she winds up, she sends out her spheroid paws with many accompanying balls. Oh no, what the heck is this now? By the way, I didn't check out the bombs, so let's just... Whoa! Okay, so she's got lightning powers, and much like the Scylla and the Demon Frog, has the ability to subsist without the lower half of her body, including her arms. Bomb time. Okay, so the water bomb had a little bit of a lightning effect to it. I think the effect is usually the same, but there might be a little bit of a change in the look of the bomb, depending on your element. And yeah, this swinging... Oh gosh, I guess that's her spinal cord that's hanging down. This is really disturbing in a way. But that swinging end is pretty dangerous and deadly. Oh my gosh. Not to mention the scary face she makes when she's ready to attack. Look at that face. You ready? Ah! Oh yeah, last bomb. Again, it looks quite similar. Ah well. So the variant bomb's underwhelming, but useful. Right, to catch up on chat, Gibbon says, while you were going through the caves, it occurred to me that slimes and oozes are not in fact classic mythological monsters. Good point. Gibbon says maybe that boss is representing a sphinx. And Wardito, before I pointed it out, even noticing that her face turns scary. Yes, indeed, it was quite freaky. Okay, you know what? My favorite has to be the air spell. Let's go with that. To continue, got some crawling orc creatures here. Are they also missing their lower halves? Oh, evil trees too. Good stuff. We knock away branches as we shoot them. And little... what were they? Yeah, these guys... The ones crawling up definitely have all their limbs, but the ones crawling down seem to be missing something. Alright. Oh my gosh, what is that? The theme continues. These things are missing their back legs and are just leaving a trail of I don't even want to imagine what as they shoot around these wolves. Freaky. I told you that was freaky. This is cool. Oh no, that is not on. I don't like this. No, I don't like that at all. Oh man. Now I've got some giant arms. Oopsie. I'll take that death. I deserved it. And I come back. Yeah, powered down. Look at that. So weak. I feel underpowered. Now there's faces shooting me. And what are these demon creatures? Some goat features, bat wings, I don't know. I definitely need some more pickups to recover my power. Okay, here's Kerberos. Cerberus. I sometimes see it with a K, so I think it should probably be pronounced Kerberos, but classical three-headed dog of Greek mythology that guards the underworld. Hades' pet, perhaps. I'm not sure, but... Nope. Bad choice. Oh no. Yeah, I'll reload it. Don't want to lose all my powers. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I really dig the boss fights in this game. And they're not too, like... In some games, you know, it's a giant mech battleship thing, and it's just constantly firing scads of shots, missiles all over the place. In this game, they're a bit more focused and, like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but... like, they have fewer attacks that... I guess they're easier to read and stuff. Just seems... I don't know how to describe it, damn it, but I like it. Anyway, here's some creepy mouths on stalks coming out of the ground. Oh, what is that? Oh, I don't like that. Too many legs, long neck. And things are getting a bit more abstract here. I think since we've just beaten Kerberos, it's implying that we have now entered the underworld, and so things are going to get a little bit strange. Including... oh, yeah. Some hellish creatures. Eyeballs. A little bit freaky. Demon faces on long necks. Okay. We have a scary face that has appeared out of nowhere. I'm gonna bomb this whole thing. This is just not nice. Until we get our power back, I feel a little bit weak. Yep, and it does have a long tongue, that is correct. Very long tongue. Sorry, there's funny stuff there. Gibbon says, ah yes, Spot, Guardian of the Underworld. And Wedito commenting on those ocular enemies. They keep an eye on you. The wit, very good. This is the kind of thing that you can... oh, what happened there exactly? I'm not sure. Maybe the moving platforms have a damaging hitbox or something, or I got crushed or something. Okay. That strange moving floor had sounds associated with it. Now flying bricks. A staple of many cultures. What's next? Oh, Nasty Man in Cape. This might be the guy we saw at the start, right? And he's just like the same guy from the last game. From Spriggan. Nasty Man in robe. Or in a cloak and weird mask. Horned helmet. He's your classic baddie guy, bad guy. And I'm here with a not fully powered up air shot. Yeah, still not quite there. Maybe only the green orbs power you up and the gems only give you bomb charge. Speaking of which... ooh. Cool attack, dude. Yeah, boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. I want you in my room. left an open spot right in the middle of your attack, dude. What were you thinking? Kabooms! Yeah, baby. Well, this isn't too intimidating so far. He's only got 2 attacks. Ouch. Well, he turned inside out and he exploded. Oh no, we got a creepy face. Oh no, that's horrible. Why did that have to happen? Oh my gosh, okay. That's not... Yep. Okay, cool. Well, I was not let down on the traditional compile freaky face turns into a grotesque thing. Yeah, this is a cool game. Also, we have what looks like spider faces as well as a few human faces. And spikes coming out of eyes. Very nice, very nice. Given also appreciating that. Oh, okay, so we're destroying each face in turn. One of the spiders is down. Oh, okay, yeah, this should help. Next face down. Last one over here. Yes. And a third eye has opened in his face. Just firing orbs at me, of course. Whoa, and a laser beam out of the mouth. This is really cool. Whoops! Took a hit. But I'm still kicking. Oh, what's next? Come on. Oh, we gotta hit the back. This is where our back-facing weapon powers come in. Because the only vulnerable face left is the one at the top, and we hit it from above. So I might want to actually swap to, say, the air shot. This is working decently well, though. Yes, am I back to full power, perhaps? Whoops! That won't be if I take that hit. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Things are not going well. How do I go this way? Cool. Yes, an odd but cool boss is given. It's not dissimilar to the big battleships in that there's different, you know, in those cases often there's different turrets that you take out. In this case it's horrific faces that are spitting stuff at you. But the theme of it, I think, makes a difference here, as well as, again, it's, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's like focused, it's limited, it's not overwhelmingly spammy. That's the kind of thing. Oh my gosh! I don't know what that is, but it's now waving into incoherence. Oh, this is a long stream. I just saw how long we've been going. Sylphia has grabbed the soul of that evil creature and crushed it in her grasp. And sparkles remain. Also, I think she turned from brunette to blonde when she became a fairy. Alright, that's the end. Wow. What a climax. Really cool stuff. I really enjoyed Sylphia. From the HC101 articles, I kind of got the impression that Spriggan was a much superior game, and I suppose in certain technical ways maybe it is, but I enjoyed Sylphia more, whether it was the theme or the weapon system, which I could wrap my head around a bit better because it was a bit simpler. I don't know. They definitely mentioned the music, but I don't usually notice things like that personally. Wow, this has been really fun. So like I said earlier, I'm done with compile with this, and I'm done with shooters for a bit too. There's definitely some that I found that I want to visit and find out more about at some stage in the future, but for now we'll move on to something else. Yeah. Oh, hang on, I lied, because I actually do want to play another shooter next week. Oops. But it's a very different format of shooter, so it's been all vertical for 3 streams now. But next time I'm going to play a rail shooter. Yes, I've decided. So look forward to that. Yeah, ages ago I played Panorama Cotton for the Mega Drive, and there's a sort of follow-up called Rainbow Cotton on the Dreamcast, and that's what I'm going to play. But that's next time. Oh, I wonder why that just happened. Evocative. Yeah, I lied. I'm sorry. Yeah, why crying? I guess because she knows her work is done and now she must return to the land of the dead, perhaps. I don't know. It's open to interpretation. Why was she crying? Oh, well, here she is. Maybe she's crying for the loss of the life she once knew. Or it didn't look like a tear of joy for having won the day and saved her people. But that is what just happened. It looked quite melancholy, sorrowful perhaps. Perhaps it was tears of relief at the cessation of this stressful task to which she had been appointed. A celestial emissary. What is that? Headless statue? It was gone too quick. But there you go, the end. There is no text, so you really do have to sometimes interpret what's going on from those screens and scenes. That's what it says. Maybe she only smiles if you beat the game on hard difficulty. Well said. Well, I hope not. Again, I'll never know. Yeah, but that's the end. I've had fun today. Hope you don't mind the slightly longer stream than usual. And go check out Compile's games, whether they're shoot 'em ups, but they have other game genres that they've done. Hang on. City in the Clouds. It's Olympus up there. Huh. Didn't notice that at the opening. Yeah, we've mentioned something today. Golvelius for an action-adventure Zelda type game. Puyo Puyo for a falling block puzzle game. Mado Monogatari if you're into dungeon crawlers. And definitely check out their pinball games on the PC Engine and Mega Drive. And SNES, actually. So all the 16-bit consoles at the time. I like the design of those people, by the way. Their faces. Very 80s anime. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Compile's shooters. If you want to know more about them, HD101 has a lot of good articles on them. Otherwise, just, I don't know, go to Moby Games or something. Find out more. And yeah, I'll see you next time with... what's it called again? Rainbow Cotton. Yeah, that'll be fun. So, see you then. Goodbye and have a good life.